have a way to just cancel out the Blazing Duet and just push him away.
For action, it's Geltek Cyber Team versus Geekay Esports casters. Take it away.
Welcome to the Land of Dawn, folks. Thank you so much to the studio. After analyzing all of that, the drafts are in and we have another Baksha game. So, is utility even dead? Is the question right now, right? Like, we mentioned a couple of times, me too, that like, I don't think we're gonna see a lot of utility.
Definitely, especially in the recent patch. Although it really depends on the pilot, on who uses it, right? It's all about the mechanics, and so far on to our first half, or the first match rather, where Seda was able to go for a 2-0. It's mostly more of a balanced type of a Rara on the jungle, which is kind of assassin, and then went on to the backshot. I think it really depends on who you place it with. But right now, I really like how GK placed a Valentina and as well as a Leslie on their gold lane, partnering it up with a Baksha jungle.
And it's a crazy greedy choice. Hey, Turner mentioned it. You kind of have to go for the Purify. There's so many layers of CC that you got to deal with. Nefiria will go the different route though. It's a flicker on Nefiria. It's also lethal ignition and the weapon mastery. So all in on that greed. If she wins out of this lane, it'll be great. If she doesn't, yeah, that's it's going to be problematic for sure. Kyoe, very interesting pathing. Goes from the lizard straight into the gold crab, and now she goes onto the purple buff. I actually really like that. And honestly, if you're just looking at the draft, Geltek got a really good draft. Coach Osprey, I've rated him for quite a while now, and I'm very happy to see just a bit of Verso, even though we get to see him this tournament.
It's definitely refreshing to think that they've managed to get a Valier out of Gen.G here against Geekay Esports, which is quite perfect in my opinion. And now we see some action happening here. And we see flickers already exhausted here for Gen.G and the others. For GK, they're just not yet ready to get into any skirmishes so far, because as we've mentioned, they will be having a hard time. A wild composition, but let's see how will they work this thing out here for game one.
I mean, speaking of just pilots, you know, in general, you said Baksha, utility jungle, depends on the pilot. I think it's the same for the Claude. It's almost like a hero that just has no counters if the right player is using it. Tokyo, so far, doing a good job. Go for the gold crab, actually takes it away from Nefiria as well, and that's what I'm saying. All comes down to
how you play it.
How you play it, how good you are. Good immobilization. Great start here as they get tempo and they go straight onto the neutral objective. Kuejo straight down below as well. Liuban already level 4.
Oh, very nice zone out here for Kuejo. And as well as placing out the frigid bread as early as possible. Eliza with the jump. Gen.G will be able to back away. There's going to be steering turns here. Get a first blood here is Yui. Meanwhile, Gen.G with a trade-off of double for 1. Geltek getting most of the advantages here, and Eliza, even though that was a great entry point, just didn't have enough respo to make the most out of it.
There you go. Just a really good start for Geltek. So far, it's just a turtle take. They were first onto it. It's all about tempo and building up. Set up before the neutral objective. Meanwhile, for GK, I really feel like they should try to rotate onto Nefiria instead of going for those neutral objectives. They have pretty good rotation speeds. Tokyo this time won't be too fortunate to actually steal that away. Nefiria will be the one getting it. It really feels like, especially after that initial setup for Geltek, it should have just been GK looking for a trade up top, especially considering they got a winning lane for Nefiria against Tokyo.
Yep, Brigida has already mentioned they actually tried the Claude onto a Leslie, but now they're onto A5U. Kyoe is just going wild, and I think the meta fits her best. Because it's one of her specialty when it comes to assassin type of things, and the mechanics just fits perfectly when it comes to a Hirara under her hands. And now they go easy on the initiations. That's a quite an Nefiria is the next target. Now they see the frigid bread. The flicker already baited out of her, and I think that is very crucial here for Geekay Esports.
This is the gold crab secure, actually taken away by Gen.G over in mid. Good rotations across the board. The flicker burnt out means that if they do get prio over this lane, they can just rotate over again and it's going to be a free kill. Especially with the Hirara rotating over. Kyoe already utilizing expanding rivers. The shield unity used up by GK. Electa using it maybe a bit too early as they go for the rotation up top, but Tokyo is very aware of what's happening. Again, it really just seems like Geltek will be the ones holding it.
They're making things easier here for Tokyo, so they don't really think it's much of a threat here for Neferia. As long as they get the flicker out of her, things are looking good. Now for GK, they're trying to force out some kind of vision, and it's still Neferia! They come back to Leobon with the last hit. They go in with a Fatal Links. A4, or A5, going down immediately. All of that before an objective take here, and Kiowe will most likely get this free turtle onto her hands. Now GK, they can't do nothing but stare back. Easy turtle here for Geltek.
Uh-oh, Kuejo with a dive again. Perfect match coming down.
What a combo here.
Still has Purify. Kiowe walks up.
Okay, now she's just tower hugging. G just need to survive. But how can you survive if there's 5 members of Geltek in your face? And they're not stopping at all. Tokyo gets the kill. Geltek just putting in the guns and the farm enough here for their gold lane.
So well played. Kiowe leaves it to the rest of the team as well. In the bottom lane, the wave has already crashed down, so at least GK can get a turret traded back. Kiowe's got to be careful walking up to these bushes when there's no one around. Again, though, for Geltek, they get a kill, they get that team fight, they get the neutral objective, and then the turret as the cherry on top. So it's just that proactiveness that they have that has given them so much more of a lead. The classic EECA stuff, man. It's not just about micro, it's not about that team fight, it's all about setting up, getting the advantage through macro. And that's been the main problem for GK. They've gotten winning lanes here and there, but they just haven't been able to utilize it to really maximize those winning lanes. And
for Geltek, they're just making the most out of it. There's like in-your-face type of composition, but as well as the discipline is there. Really great Sanjik move here. With a follow-up as well, Electa just rolls around the map. Kiowe is getting the most out of it, farming as much as he can before another objective take. GK on the other hand, we just saw Falling Star Moon out of Alyssa. Just one girl here, and the rest of Geltek, they're just really relaxed when it comes to like finding the right targets, but if it doesn't work, they don't force it out of GK.
Tokyo's doing such a good job playing that weak side. Now he's becoming the strong side of the map, just everybody rotating towards her as Kiowe is the one sent to clear Asa.
Oh, now they get Kiowe! With a follow-up Fatal Links as well here for Yue. Kuejo trying to run away, Frigid Breath. Flicker is already exhausted as well. Now we see a big play here for Geekay Esports, and now they finally get their hands onto a neutral objective, the last turtle for game number 1.
Solid stuff. Finally, signs of life for GK. Finally, they're able to catch Kiowe here, and it seems like Asu wants to go for more. Up top with the flicker as well onto Liuban. I don't even know if they had the resources to kill her. Even if that Tower's Revenge landed, Kuejo knows the flicker is down, but doesn't have the Fatal Links. It'll just be now a slower game. Tokyo, everything given over to her. It's all about her being the main carry now as we move into the mid game. Tokyo with the Golden Staff, Neferia a bit behind. Kiowe goes for the War Axe here, right after the Hunter Strike. A bit more of a safe approach. No Sky Piercers for the Hirara so far in MWI. And it's the rush for Electa onto Radiant Armor, which is quite interesting. I understand, you know, Sanjik has been a big threat, but Tokyo and Kiowe, I thought were going to be the main ones that you have to deal with as a frontliner.
I think that is somewhat a tunnel vision here for Electa to just solely focus to the defensive build, but now for Geekay Esports, maybe that's the plan. They go for the mental mind games. Alyssa forced out of her Purify, and now Geltek just focus fires onto taking down a turret here. Falling Star Moon just take care of the last bits of minion wave, but that backfires on your face. I think this should have just gone out and back away, given that it's already obvious that the turret will be taken down by Geltek. Now they go for the mirror move here onto the top lane. But for Geltek, they still have this in the bag. Advantages, most of it is on their side.
Yeah, Kiowe wants to get a bit more into the bottom lane. Asu's getting chunked.
Okay, Frigid Breath. No can do. Electa just slowly rolls away.
And Kiowe deals with the wave in the bottom lane. That's a holy shield taken before the first Lord even spawns in the game, which means, hey, if Geltek gets the Lord, this could be a free base turret down below. Depends on how they siege it down, right? They have great zoning with the Terizla and the Atlas. Kuwejo with a face check. Tokyo forced to back away with the BMI. It's all about mid-control right now. Alyssa's trying to form a slow push down below. KOH is farming again. Alyssa's got to be careful, though. Purified down for another 20 seconds. You don't know where Kuwejo is. Liubon's going to handle the wave up top. And it's all up to Tokyo to utilize the expanding rivers. So for GK, they see the claw down below. Do they try to go for the Lord straight up?
I think they want to rush this one.
Alyssa?
Okay, now they see Kuwejo with Alyssa going all in, frozen as well. But Kuwejo caught off guard with a fatal lace in your face here for Geekay Esports. Will they get the trade? No can do. Alyssa falling down. A5U as well. Nefer with a shutdown kill. They're trying to chase down Yui as well. Tokyo with the last hit of the bullet. That's 3 members down here for Geekay Esports. And right on time, Tokyo even manages to get 1 kill out of them.
GK are playing it well. They've gotten some great initiations. It's just they don't have enough damage. It really just seems like they're banking on the Furia to slay these guys up front, and it's not working out. Everybody's going back and forth so well for the side of Geltek, and there's not much they could do about it. They're just going in back and forth. There's that untargetable skill from Kyoe as well. Tokyo's going back and forth with the BMI, and so many more initiations you gotta deal with those penalty zones, the fatal links coming around your way. I understand what the composition is meant to do right now, but it just seems like these back and forths and these angles that Geltek are using to initiate on GK, it's a bit too much for them to handle.
Exactly, because for GK, they weren't able to actually use their own crowd immunes here. But instead, it's them using it just to escape from the wrath here of Geltek. You have plenty crowd controls here. You have the Falling Star Moon. You also have a very nice transition with the Titan's Rage, Titan's Revenge for A5U, but that isn't happening because the moment they're seen on the map, Geltek just goes assassin mode immediately. And now, Conceal play it again. Lord onto their hands, slowly making their way here onto the bottom base turret. A5U with a jump. Now on the different angle, it would look like a great initiation. But no! Kuwejo with a fatal lace gunning. 2 members here. Tokyo with a blazing red follow up. And the rest of the gang just gives it their all. Very nice return and bursting fireballs here for Son GK. Geltek immediately, as you've mentioned, takes down the base turret 12 minutes into the game.
The objective conversion of Geltek. Fantastic this time around. 12-3, but it's how they actually managed to get leads across the board. We get to see the replay again with the Holy Shield down earlier, set up by Kyoe. They can just brute force their way into this turret take, and what a play by Kuwejo. Baits out the Purify. There's another fatal links coming around by the IMU of Yui, but it's just not enough to deal with him. And again, we see the same problem for Neferia. She's doing damage. She has some of the items ready, but it's single target. These guys, these women from GCT, they're able to go back and forth so well that that single target just does nothing in these team fights.
And for Geltek, they just have to like juggle around on who will get the first bullets from Neferia, and that's it. And then another one comes in like Liubon, and the rest for Geekay Esports can do nothing about it. This is the thing about being too tunnel vision. Linear damage as well is a problem here for Geekay Esports. The item build earlier as well was a bit of a question here for Alecta. But now we finally see an Antikythera onto her arsenals. And for Geekay Esports, they just need to hold on. And for Geltek, we see Kuwejo as well. Planning another fatal links onto A5U Alecta on their front line with a shield unity. Their sun's activated as well. But look at Liubon and Kyoe as well, ensuring those bullets and the fans hitting her in the face. Alyssa trying to run away. Basic and as for Tokyo will be enough. A mega kill. 3-for-1 trade of Geltek. Still got the advantage.
It's really just a battle front to back. That was a very questionable initiation that worked out anyways. It was an all-in over onto a roamer. Asu. The rest of the team followed it through though, and they were able to get it done. Again for GK, Neferia's been free hitting. She's just safe in the back, hitting, getting all these shots. It's the reason Liubon actually fell. So damage is there. Items are ready. It's just now, how do you get past your front line getting bursted down before you can actually burst some of the other front lines? And the fact that they just have so many ways to get away. Look, again, Nefiria free hitting this entire fight, but not able to shred these frontliners down as fast as Geltek. They were the ones going at it. Look, right? Kyoe gets away just in time. Tokyo walks up, and by the time Nefiria walks up, they're already gone.
Okay, for Geekay Esports, we understand that they more on the dive type of composition. But what's a great mage to deal with those kinds of in-your-face jumps? Sonjika's Valier. She just pushes them away from the targets, and then the bursting fireball. Man, that's so wild. So GK on the other hand, now...
Oh, Divine Glaive and the Winter Crown!
Oh my gosh, now they're getting ready for the final battle. Okay, there's a Kuejo yet again. No Fatal Links connecting onto anyone. Now there's their time to punish them. There's bursting fireballs here in turn all over the place. And Nefiria with a single bullet shots here will deal a little bit amount of damage, enough to shoo away Geltek here in the process.
That's the thing. Nefiria is starting to really hurt. Damage dealt ranking #1 in the game. Those free hits, those small wins have been paying a lot of dividends to the team right now. GK, they formulated this composition to play for the hyper carry in Nefiria, and so far, it hasn't worked that well. But right as we got to that 15-minute mark, we finally get to see how much damage she can actually output with the right items now in her pockets. Great reaction by Nefiria. It could have been a real bad situation as Kuejo went in with the Fatal Links, but again, brilliant reaction. GK gonna have to handle that. They're gonna have to rely on Nefiria constantly being able to flicker out of these engages from GCT. Because if Geltek gets just one big penalty zone, followed up by a Fatal Links on Nefiria, all of it goes down in shambles.
But that's the thing.
Kuejo.
It's kind of scary to put all your bags into one basket here for Nefiria.
It is.
Because the flicker, that's too much of a CD. And for Geltek, they could just time it perfectly so that they will be able to jump in from the back here for Nefiria. But that's the thing. Now, they just focus on to somehow make scarcity, make the jungling harder here for Geekay Esports. We're approaching the 17-minute mark, which is kind of good here for Geekay Esports because they're slowly building up their items that they need. Aside from just solely relying onto the damage of Nefiria, they have to be tanky enough to just go onto the front lines, let Nefiria go for the free hits. Now for Geltek, really need to be careful on who they will be targeting here. And when it comes to finding the right spots, and now the Lord available to be grabbed. A5U and Yui actually has a very nice position here. But Kuejo already having the frigid breath. Advanced thinking. They spot Nefiria. Now they go. Wow! Then the Fatal Links connects. Now they know there's no more flicker here. GK slowly crumbles down. Kyoe with a chase. A5U on a hot spot as well. Kuejo with a double kill. Tokyo with an unstoppable kill. All those bullets targeting onto the faces of Geekay Esports. That's 4 women down. Now they have a single catapult minion wave here. They've tried to finish game #1, and that is it. Geltek with a very dominant game win.